boys and girls, and welcome to Buckeye Wars. So this same canoe, yeah, we had to sail now, but it was easily removable, and it was spring/summertime, and we had some time off from school, and Rich and I wanted to go out to Lake Amador because they had a wonderful camping place, and the fishing was spectacular. You could catch trout, you could catch bass, you could catch bluegill, you could catch catfish. It was just a mecca for the fishermen. And we talked our parents into letting us camp there overnight, and we got a ride out there, and they dropped us off with tent gear and fishing gear and our 12-foot hard plastic canoe. And we quickly set up camp, and we uh, got in that hard plastic canoe, and we went out, and Lake Amador is wonderful. It's got like little coves all over the place. If you were to look at it from above, from a drone or from a helicopter or whatever, it would just look like a bunch of fingers kind of spreading out, like a witch's hand, all pointy, with little coves all over the place. And each one of those coves had a stream or a creek that would empty into the lake, and that, I suppose, is what made the fishing so damn good. And we took that canoe and we explored those little coves and those little fingers and so forth. And boy, we limited out on trout quicker than you would ever thought. And we took that trout and we went back to camp. And Rich was quite a camper. He had a lot of gear, and he had a little gas-powered stove, and we cooked up those trout, all of them. I mean, we each limited out, and I believe at the time it was 10 trout for a limit. I don't know, it might have been 5, I forget. But we limited out, and we cooked them all up. And obviously that was way more than we could eat. And we flaked out all of the meat off of all of the fish, and we put it in a little Tupperware, and we had basically kind of like tuna fish, but it was trout fish, and add a little mayonnaise to it, and we made sandwiches out of that. And we took those sandwiches and put it in a little portable cooler, and we put that in the canoe, and we went back out because now we didn't have those fish, so we were ready to go catch another limit. And oh my, in doing so, we went back out, and we decided we wanted to switch because it was getting further on into the day. We wanted to switch and try to catch us some bass. And we went out there, and we had watched an awful lot of fishing shows, and we knew what lures worked better than other lures, and we were pretty dedicated rubber worm fishermen. The black rubber worm, rigged Texas style with about a quarter ounce bullet sinker, black bullet sinker, was supposed to be just deadly. So we went back up into these fingered coves, and we started bouncing black rubber worms off the bottom, just cast out, reel in real slow, and just kind of pop it and jig it along the bottom. And I had some kind of flippin' sea monster grab my lure so hard it almost knocked my pole completely out of my hands. Wham! I get this bite, and I'm just like, oh, she scared the hell out of me. I went to set the hook, and I had him on for just a moment, and bent my pole clean in half, and for whatever reason came free. And I brought that lure back to the boat, and it had been bitten clean in half. You could see the bite marks on it. And I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is down there? Now at Lake Amador, there's like a clubhouse right at the entrance to the lake. That's where you pay your fee to do your fishing for the day, or you pay your fee for camping. You pay your fee there. It's also a little cafe and a meeting area, kind of a chill out area. And they had these great big tanks where people would put their catch in if they were planning on like stuffing, what do they call it, mounting your fish. They had live tanks, and you could put your fish in there while you made arrangements, or while you finished your stay at the campgrounds. And there was some big bass in there. I mean, 10-pound bass in there, 7-pound bass in there, big old trout in there, 3-4 pound trout in there. And this place grew their own, they had their own hatchery. Lake Amador had their own hatchery, and they would stock their own lake. And they had a kind of trout that they called cut bow, which was a mixture of rainbow trout and cutthroat. And they had made these that they called cut bow. And these trout had shoulders. They were strong fuckers. They were really beefy, built like a football. And when you caught those trout, you knew it. But they would stock this lake so full of cut bows that catching a trout was really something. And they were well stocked, so you're going to catch fish. Man, what a glorious place to fish. We had so much fun when I was a kid.